So much of the healthcare system, including the mental health care system, is set up for people that can make it to a clinic, make it to a location, and the work that we get to do recognizes that that leaves a lot of people out, because either due to addiction, to unsupported psychiatric care, to poverty, to all sorts of barriers, there's a lot of people who are being left out of care because they're not able to make it to a place. And we get to kind of reverse that and say, well, we'll come to you and begin to kind of piece care together from wherever you are.
In order for people to feel safe enough to want to stop using illicit drugs, you actually have to provide housing and support and resources and jobs. Take them to, I have someone that I take to her psychiatric appointment every single month. And some people might see that as enabling, and why can't this person get to an appointment? That comes way later. So the first thing I think that me and Mark do as the clinical team is really, sometimes we're just filling in gaps. Maybe a peer support could take someone to a psychiatric appointment and view it as just a ride, but I have now been given an hour of alone time with someone where we get to talk through and kind of have therapy in a different way. And this person gets to feel like I'm actually taking a vested interest in their life and their progress.
I'm Mark Seiler. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and addiction specialist, and I am a part of the team that supports the behavioral health response within the community paramedic program.
I'm Makayla Lechnowski, and I am one of the behavioral health clinicians on the team, which is a fancy way of saying I'm a counselor or I'm a therapist.
Yeah, I think from the beginning, when the community paramedic program started, and particularly the post-overdose response team, which is part of in that larger community paramedic umbrella, they recognized, from the beginning that they're on the front lines of a lot of mental health realities. And so the hope was to always bring in clinicians that could work as a part of the team addressing those directly.
I would say that's what makes our team unique in itself, and Mark and I unique as clinicians, is that the least amount of our work exists inside of an office. How do you expect folks who are dealing with homelessness and addiction to get to an office and sit for an hour session when they don't have a place to sleep? They don't know where their next meal is coming from. So I think trust and rapport and community building is best done by going to the community, not asking them to come to you.
So within the community paramedic program, they're the community paramedics, and they're doing a lot of stuff related to overdose response, but also helping people get connected to medical assisted treatment. And so they'll call us when they feel like we can add to what they're doing. There's the MCOT, which is the community outreach team, and they're kind of the more proactive part of the community paramedic program, and they're calling us a lot when they encounter anyone in crisis, anyone who's interested in pursuing detox or treatment and stuff like that. And then there's the post-overdose response team, which is its own team, and we work closely with them as well to do the follow-up with people that have experienced overdoses and make ourselves available for counseling, referrals, and all that kind of work.
We're now doing a little bit of work with the sheriff's office on their crisis co-response team. And that has been a completely different experience, where folks who would previously probably just be arrested, put in jail overnight, lose their possessions, their medications, all the progress they've made. When you respond with a clinician, and then I have been able to go and sit, for hours in the ER with this person, make sure that they get admitted, followed the case management over months and months, brought them into our team, where they then got access to all the other members of the team that bring so much to the work. And then months later, we've got someone that's had sustained sobriety and is now getting to show up in the way that they want. the whole team in itself is a success. It also is not common to see master's level clinicians employed in this type of work. And I think that our team is proof of the benefit of having that level of counselor on the team, and we're about to have 4 of them. And just the impact that you can have, it's so much more than just counseling.